Order.
Annie gonna pray, Annie Goose. Kuya naini Annie Goose.
Bingni. Inuhan no tamay takpiak. Okumailiuktut inang nikhat. Ay mabing mi itut anilimayaktut itkagibaglabut. Naglikutipting niglo. Nakikay niglo ay tulabaglugi tamayta. Ilaani hapeng naktok tikit paktok nung nakiwamit humilika. Ilbit ataniugabit kuyagiyap tigit. Ubanilo katimabikiwami tamaita habak tullu maligaliok ti tamaita ministak pailu ubanitun ikayok pagluwit nun ublok tamat nunat siyang miunut habak pangmata ubaptigut habakang ngitugut ilbit ay tukpagtaptigut kuyagiyap tigit Jesus Christ ni matingagutuh kiaktugut ataw haktut. Amen.
Thank you, Elder Annie Goose.
Annie Goose Kanaktok. Oblok Tuesday, March 11, 2025. Over Yellowknife Migok. Takkote yung niyatka. Tas vatam na iman okakto. Ilani ila tutkina kun okakto ng matam na. Tam na ahin ilani tuhak tawlo nilo anak taw ilhumait ilangita. Tas vatap kot ilani ila tap kot iluangito kun okang nang man. Tam na 3.238 tam na tutraktak malakon ngilo. Tas ba asin alla tam na mani sa bakadne tutkak tumek okakatigiblog. Tas ba tam na Yellowknife Sanchamin ngok tam na tam na okapsalaw. Ila kiklukwao tiga pega. Tap kot asin tam na Commonwealth de okaramaya. Tas ba kabamaptalo. Sabakati tuksawapta. Tamat kot okakati yaut kublu ikiyokip kubluta imanda sabakapta. Mane nunapting ni aulat qublugussuli tamanna savaaqayarput inmilluguuq taamanna issumayuaq tasvataapkuat taamanna savaqatigiikkupta iluatun savatsaariksiniartuanni nunaqativulluta taikut kua silaqativut silalleqativut taapinda Northwest Territories me imanna imaqiuaptingni sulleqa inmikkun aulagamik imaq sulleqa tasvataapkuat sivunniortivut sivulliptingnun aulasqugaluarlugu iluatun tasva aasiin taapkuat savaqatigiktuat tamanna sivulliorutigimattung maani nunapta silakput allangoqtuaq maliqqaplugu ikajorniaqqatigik uklutik tamanna sapernaqiaraikpan inuunaarneqput tasva ilaane imanna imaqaluaq ulittaqtuaq sumileqa pinginnaqibluni inungni aulavingat tasva taapkuat aasiin ministervut kavamapta manik atoqtauyuksaq atummaiksit qublugu tamatkununga sapeqsautigiyainun nunam allanguutaa sapernaqilluarman nunani oqaqtamini tasva taapkuat maliqqayak sait ukiuni qapsini sivuniptingni taapkualu nunam angalatsutik sait maliqqayak satik tusqiqsautigilugu tasva taapkununa ilaani silakput allangnaqqibluni ilaani uunaqsivallaaqtaliqluni imanna ukioriuaraluami sila qiqaiqluni sutigulleqaa tasva taapkuat aasiin munaqsiyivut immani taapkununga imaqmi aulayuat tutqiqsayuat imannaptauq annautsigiyavut savaktigiyait kavamanni nunallaaptingni tamatkuat ilumun iluatun aulat qublugit tasva tamanna pitquseriaptigu imaqayuaptingni nunaptingni tamanna munarivakkaqpulli nunaptingni ikajortivut tamatkuat GNWT maliqqayaittauq ikajoqublugit nunallaamingni Inuit taapkununa tutqiqsautiksanngillu ingilqutaita tutqiumat qublugit ilaani piaqqornarneq tikitpan atuaksat tasva aasiin tamatkuat Inuit pitqusingat maliqqaplugu malingmatsuk tamanna nunaktik iluatuttauq taimangaaniin allaliyuaq ilisimavangmatsung aulavigigamikku nunaktik sumileqaa taima aasiin iluatun tusqiqsautiksanga quliarlugu pingingnaqiyuarnuna ilitsorip kaivlutik ikajortimingnu taapkununga tasva aasiin tamatkuat taamanna taapkuat maqperaanun takunaqiblugu maapstigun aulavigingmaitsung nunami kidulleqaa ilisimat qublugu
We are ensuring
Uklapakoqa atapaka ulit paraktot inyunak miminu punarinarik putukoka government putuklapak ikayorniurarlut manik hilawat naipaktong narat uklapak at napakoka inyunak mingmigoka ikayornirik putmani ulit parak panwok. Mr. Speaker, ikayag near government walk, ikayag near government, ikayag luit. At napako ka hydro money naipektorlu ikayag luit walk. Government Northwest Territories walk money you nakawing me. Ikayag near watershed me. Métis Nation self government walk. Katin nektot walk money ataw mi ukiumi. Uglupaka habang nektot uglupak. At napako environmental walk ataw mi ukiumi ikayag near luta kandarli. At napak government walk naipektok lugo. At napako 70% in walk in you nagami. Hydropower walk energy mika kachineradio. Mackenzie Valley Highway walk naipektok nerat kanok satu. Collaboration Environment Assessment walk. Ubagoti habag nektugut uklipak. At napakok Mackenzie Valley Pipeline. Uglupak habak doktugut mani Decho Nation mi walk ikayok mi. Government walk mani krakaktut First Nation mi. Ikayok niraglut habak doklut mani satut mi. Uglupakok okaktot inyu nekong mi kandokli Great Bear Rock me inyu tilit amigok ikayok nerik but habak diwot government but habak dot. Emek but inyu nekbing mi inyu nek emek but miki tok at nabag. Mackenzie Highly walk ikayok nerik ikayok luta. Mani Satumi, Uglupako, Canada, Western Arctic, Miok, Apecro Bridges, Aga Himberlugok, Clito Government Bridge, Uglupako, Frank Channel Me Bridge, Himbernerat Atnabak, Uglupako, Indigenous Governments Walk, Slave Geological Province Coordinator Uglapak Ikayog Nagat Eastern Artigami Uglapak Havag Naktugut Uglapak Naipektok Luit New Nakving me Mani Northwest Territories me. Kayanani Minister of Social Services. Uglapak Yunagami Kandogli Kayog near put residential school me. Uglapak residential school me. Government of Northwest Territories. Ikayog near Aglutan Yunagami me Northwest Territories me. Uglapak Government Northwest Territories walk. Kandogli Transition House me. Mani Government me. April Mayok in you nagmimit in you kayo tot mani tangak nirang ni tot uglapak addiction mani bani in you nagmi tukubang mi April Mayok ikayo nak yellow knife me Salvation Army yok hawak takak tot mani. At napaka ang mang naktok ikpakrak grand opening me. At napakoka renewing me. Inuvialuktun Corporation 2025 me yok ang mang naktok. At napak ikayo nirak lugit inyu nagawing me. Inyu taimak nirak dot emek mik. Uglupak kayo pin kandokli inyu nakami ikayog luwit at pagok kanokligok mani transition house. Uglupak emek tawang nengit chulun ikayog niro luwit ilitchiluwit mani At pag ikayok rakaktot mani at napagok ikayok mi at napagok kanukliok mani inyunyag big mi ikayok nagpot mat napagok makparani ko kakaitin radio ta kanukli ikayok din nagpot habak diwut mani yalanay mi Itukubud mi Salvation Army Inuvialuktun Corporation ikayok niragatigot kanukli mani inyu nakwing mi at napagok tiga taimag niraktot imik doctor tukubi mi kaichilugut sa hina mamektit lugut wok inyu nakwing mi wok at napaka government put ikayok negatiut government wok ikayok parak luit Northwest Territories mi kayunayni. Member from Yellowknife North. Environment Bigbook naipektor nerk ikayok nirek but kanok is ikayok the nerek but GMT wok kavang mat ikayok nirak dot habak dot kovehok pa kutsigluti kovehok parak tutuk at napagok environmental at napagok kanokli ikayok treaty government wok at kanukli implement put nunawat lu at kanukli at ikayok nirak tilut environmental assessment wok nakurami ikayok nirak luit kanuk inyu tut ikayok nirak tot mani put wok ikalok nirak tot at nalak parket at at okautik tot naipektor luit ikalok nirak tot kanukli put hongarak luk dunia huinyarak luni otokanat wok ikayok adigot mines lu mani tutubik naipektor nakat at napag scientist put wok government put habagu at napag territorial government wok kanukli ikayok near highway ikayok near apkatikput government put wok naipektor scientist habak dot environment assessment uglupak abekruik dot kanukli government okak dot mani uglok tambak dok science mani traditional laws be ikayok right should at napak inyu nakwing mi uglupak ok kanukli impact mikayong nak kulitin wok ubulun mi awlak dongat ikayok dok TK mi environmental dautak donga nakuramik ikayok dot kayanayni. Member from Great Sleep. At napagok inyu natat ikayok narik put wok inyu taknayat lu inyu piyak dot health inyu na ikayok nirak luta uglupagok kanukli naipektor nek piyong transition house inyu nakwing mi Sarah Parkton wok ikayok adigot ikayok niragat atomik Salvation Army habak dot uluvak inyu nakwing mi at napag kanukli ikayok rightset ugluvak kanukli ikayok nakput trauma mani inyu nakwing mi okautik ikpakrakit health and mental health support Uglupakok habagniraktot mani. Uglupak ikayog nirakluta at nabaga naipektornuat inyuta aknayat peyuktoklut ahin ikayog niraklugut kanukli at nabaga ikayog the tramamik uglupak akutok na pen social service mi at nagon. Kaya naini last week at nabaga at nutakagok at nelaktak yutingagok okaudinir ka 811 ublamigok ublatimi ubla 8 a.m. at nabag kokok nirakaga 8 o'clock kakwood kanun lutina kokait kon kuya ningurok 8:05 wok apekhrok okautik kaka kanukli naipaktok nagatok okaut otakirak nek tokok 15 minutes otakirak tok aki kiungit kan luni uglapakok kanukligok 811 kanukli kokok nirak tok naipektok kiagok kanukligok 81 mi habagurat uglapak habag nirak tok at napakok habalait choklok at nakwing mi uglapak ikayog nirak tok northerners mani uglapak invoice mi gok kanuklik primary care ahin kokok tonga range lake mi gok kokok tonga ahin eknay anguayak at napak ikayakanga uglapak health and social services gok ikayog nira natakat mani at nelaktot uglapakok tuhangit sigut minister mika kanukli naipaktong nakat inyu nagawing mi at nagawing mi ahin uglapak at nagawing kokok tokluk ahin kokongit kang uglapak okaktogat mani inyu nagawing mi habaktot ikiw like kadiut.
Members,
Satamin okakte. Kaya naini okakte. Anybody dasva tapquat sumin leka savagyak tokpang mata takumayawlaklunilo sumillekano naptingnen kaanganen tapkunona sullekat tuyutaw yuanning nakinik lunin aksaloditning lunin sulleka atoktainik atoaksainik Canada miot allaminuna mitaonanga tasva tapkuat asin tamna taimanna sapeksauti yilaklugo nunapta nuna nanminingan inungnen tasva suniglaka akhyaktui biksamingnik asin sapeksalak palyalak matamani nunami Inuit. Talbatamna sabakan maukaw tigiya utsako tigil tapkuat taimanna sabautik sainik maaninunap takhanganin ikayoktik sapting nilunin sapeksalak palyalak tugot aglan tamatkuat asin uyaksioktit nunapta iluadutaw ikayu taugaluaqtut aglaantai mannaptauq manillitauqerlutik savaktik samingnek tauqsujjutik samingnek tasva makuat tamat na oqaqtaqa ilaani maniktuutauq tasva aulapqarniaqpaga taapkuat oqaqtama tamat kunuuna sivunmun aulayaanganni nunapta atuqtainik sumilleqa oqeqtuq qublugit ikayuutik sainiktauq maksansidaltamin oqaqte quyanainni taapkualle ikayoqtat katellisaimin tamat kuasapeqsautigayait oqausaqilaqniaqiga tamat kunuuna sigaaqlungniklu sulleqa aangayaarnaqtunik taapkuat iglulaqiyit taamna oqausaqpaaluak matjung tamat kuallu
Uglapakoka sigaklumik tarakak tuninirak dot mani aimbavangmi tatlashami ikay atnapak okhautika tukubangmi okhok sigaklunika tunihurak dot public housing mi atnapaka kanagli ikayognirak lisamat koka anitilugut atnapaktatlasami inyunak migoka inyuitokautigai pilisa migoka kinya inyunakmi housing corporation migok ikayog nirakluta atnapakhanok sigakluniklik tuninirak dot atnapaka inuit naipektorat uglupaka oqaqtoaq tota sigaklunik mani inyunakmingmi atnapakoka manikramika tukumi tunihurata sigaklimik hoangapakatamik atnapaka inyunakmingmi inyunak community members wak inyunakmingmi apekrukia kanakli ikayag niraglita inyunyak sigaklunik tinulirat mani uglapaka inyunak mi Northwester uglapaka tukuniragait mani sigakluk parmik uglapaka apekruka kanakli ikayag niragluit ka sigaklunik tunirat tuninrat. Kayanaini, Mr. Speaker. Arctic Security Me. Arctic Security Council. Yubing me hakpalaperadaktet mani. At napaka hawak buta habaktik buta tavernitrak inyubing me. Federal Department of Defense, March 10th, Naipektoit, Newbiglu, Yellowknifelu, Hapmik $2.6 million Oglupak, Kanaklego, Kana Naipektunak ak mani akihok tinerat, Havak Tugut, Endimi. Kanuli kayo nirut inyo nakwing mi. Oglupak kanir Yukon Arctic Council. Oglupak conference ping naktut Arctic Security mi mani. Premiers o okauti nirikipun luta. Inyubik June 17 mi. Ikayong naratiot Arctic sovereignty oglupak pingahonigli ubluni okak nektugut leadership government oka defense oka joint sports north At enacted in Yukon me, Nudoat me, Northwest Territories me. Ahin okak nakto D&D me. Oglopaka mani government atahmik inyuk mayor lo. Ikayong nakput okak nakput kanagli. Inuvik mihok nanak me 2007 me at napaka kanin rangers inyu nagami. At napakok 700 tun Inuit Rangers me, bahin media government, Inuvialuktun habak daughter D&D me. Kanokli atukuving miga angil pegadaktok 700 Inyu nagving me. Inyu wikbait bootleg me wok okahoktok okak naktokoli. Koyanaini at napakoka government paka kayong near NWT Arctic Security me the Premier Gabriel Mayors Lu Mani Yelatan me ikayok tiluit.
Okay.
Lake.
Frame Lake okaktinga. Kuya naini. Okakte. Damna. Tikitaksi memman. Equinox. Tasbane. Surgitic sangat mani. March 15 me. Tasbagok tap kot. Aliana erloak paktok sila me. Inuit anek hatiya kerloaka ngaptit. Tap kot asin. Damna piuyak vingat. At daw chime. Daw nani. Malak kamabakat ap kotik siyok tangat. Tap kuno na asin. Ikayok tingita. Angalat ka taman na anek viksak. Tasbane asin. January, February me. Iman na tap kuat ilaw yuksat ulap kayak pata sanayak pakto tap ko na ni January, February me. Tas ba asin tamat kuat asin sujudik sayda angalat kahit saptak sadik manilioti yak sadik. Tas ba aliana ilu ni man nanu nagput imaliyakangan aner tam na Saturday morning. Tam na asin takoyak tokablugit. Tas ba aglan tap kuat volunteers ikayo velok pang matatas tap kuat angalat ka taman na tako nakilait kalwak tok. Tap kuat kuya bigisukit ka okaklugili tamat kuat ikayok palong mata. Iman na inmikon. Iman naptak resal milutik sutigot atok lutik lutik hemedik. Tam na ilo atul laka awla gumik tap kuat olap kipkayot obluni tap ko na ni. Tas patap kuat ako ni awang nakaksitam na. Taman na tap kuat uktok tap ko nga olap kipkayot ang magataman na ilaw sa kupse kinalaka kaya nene okakte. Frame Lake. Trinity Willie Damon. Okakatiyak toktuani uvan sabulang mikat magarapta. Tap kuat nunami munayat Inuit munakayabot iluatun awal kublugit. Munakachakayak sabot. Tap kuno na sibun leotek saytigot ilane sibun leot ilane sa pernalwak titus kiksang neaklugo. Tas tap kuno na tap kuat ilane tap awla yun apkunni ilane taroman. Tap kuat kulle kaktuk sauman. Tap kuat awla yun aksalutit unwamis. Sibuka nakiplutik apkun kulituat. Tas ba Fort Smith miptak tas ba tam na okiome atok tawang mata. Iman na kikawib lunit taman na. Tam na asin Tap na okakati matchung okauti blugo wapting no tas batap quad kullena aklugo apkotaman na toktak. Tas batam na tap quad okausa ka ova. Tap quad ilani sibulleoti blugo. Kapsid atong nakaluak patap quad. Aglan teman na utakiyuk saungit kaluak tigut piyak hornanak tikit pat kisian. Aglan tamat quad sibulleoti gibut. Tap kununguna ikayok tamne ilo atuna ikayok daw yuksat. Tune de willa de. Momfemin. Kaya nini. Uba okakte. Mikir kanin na lapting ni ilisang ningat malakayak sangat. Emat kualo learning centers ang mayuk sa kaluat. Aglan tamat kuat kabamapta tam na malakayak sa aglan malakabagat aglaktak. Tamat kuno na akit Inuvialuktun ilani. Aglan tap kuat umiktaw mata. Iman na akit tigiyuk salo 8.29. Aglan tap kuat ilisakvik sangat kayo miktutigon computers tigon. Aglan inuyak simuraw waktu ilisaktot. Teman na sanayak ludik. Iman na about iludik ilisakvik saming nun ilangit. Aglan mikiyok kani. Tam na iman na computers tigon aulat kuyak. Mikiyok kani sa Inuvialuktun aulak kugaloakat. Aglan oblok. Tamat kuno na FAST tigon. Iman na sa peksaw tigiyay tigon Inuit. Tap kuat asin. Tap kuat ilitsoyak sait. Tap kuat teman na tutkik sa limain man in minik. Tap kuat ilisarvigi katigig tuksaw matatap kuno na sawa katigit. Taman masebon aulat kulugo. Tas bateman na tap kuat tema asin ilisaktuat. Taman na sebon mon aulat sa alwak. Tap kuno na ilisaktik sa itigot kayo miktutigon.
Students will need
Uglupaga skureak dota ikayok niragalita computer mika atnabag apekrok na culture employment atnigon. Kaya 19 from Mofi. Member statements from Yellowknife Center. Kaya 90. Atnabag 937 days na habang nektud money. Kanakli naipag nakikput February. Atnabag okaut kayok nirat Inuvig hapis money habak tibot inuvig me. Uglapakok $218 million me akir atukir nektud atnabag. Uglapak NWT 72 meters of highway. Atnabag northern bases me obagot true hap money 135,000 government Yukon me Nunavadlo ikayok nirluit Uglapag okauti kutka Rhina China Russian me Atapaga makpaadaga okaktoy Trump okaktoy Uglapag Canada mikpinyakta Greenland mikpihukto nga Adwa miyoka ikayok nirlus Yellowknife miyoka man inuit 2% me government atnapag okautige malognik timiroling mikatok dogluit northern me mani boyarit bootleg miok premier MLA bootleg hanga bagadak but money sovereignty nobody okaktonga money kanu okaktik but money mika atoktoklota money mika tautuk tunga yalanay menu iyubing me ikayok nirakluta Canada me Uglapaka makpami tautuktonga federal government work o kauti ludwa o kauti nirakluta Ottawa ikayak dog luta money government kite Ottawa kite luta.
Okay.
Statements.
Das war tamna okakasuktiga inok in atatangornaklune. Tamna asin. Tamna Gavin me ani mayak peace river me. Tap ko nang kay mayak. Seven ana katakwang nakto. Tas ba apang me. Ila kati klutik. 20 years mix. Tas ba 20 years mix. Ino kati paktot. Tas ba great grandfather amao ne. Tap ko ino ilis mablugo. Tas ba tap yung Gavin ngona. Tas ba university 2020-24 tas ba Bachelor of Arts make ilisaksima blune. Tas ba tutkani Alberta mi asin 2020-2023 mi tap kunani takti onik kun ilisakpi blugo. Tas ba tap god asin governance tigudlo Alberta mi tas ba civil yok tap kunani isakpi blugo tamat god Alberta Inuvialuktun. Tas ba tap god savak tauluni tas ba grandfather nigo ilisima blugo tap kunang savak pangnaktak at savak tauluni Inuit tap god na yoktan ikayok naklugit. Tas ba tap god asin iman ilisang nang migot kuliak sa mayo. Tas ba tap god ilisaw juti blugit ilisaktangit atatame. Tas ba manilo itkelit First Nations Inuvialuktun ilisaktame gon. Kuya na ini. Okaktaksat mani kit pulak tibut pikane. Tamat kuno na akilitak sa tigullo. Tap ko alekit kuta. Sa faktawat, iksifakatawat tap ko na ni ang alatsiga yin nginin. Apeksotit, Yellowknife Century. Tas va tavi mona nunipkana med federal government. Minister pesa sumamagan. Tap ko nuna tap kot tamna ay pangan ni tap kot National Defense Minister ilo tap kot tas ba Northern Premiers lumani tas ba asin imana civil mon aula yota manna savautik samikon kanok taiman angitilanga manak taiman na tap kunani ikayo tao yuksak tam na asin kang maatokuyat utak kinatik atotik sangagot tap kuat malak kamagait tap kuat suli aulaman suli Tapa tamna okhawi sala Range Lake. Tamna Range Lake me malakamak tavyuma. Tamna lo sabaktilo. Tamna sabakatiging nakalokpa. Ta ilse mga matap tam sabakatisiblo. Tavi muna National Defense tigon. Katimayod o kakatigilago. Tamna. Tapkat ta kulakalo wilunin o kawsariyat. Nalunay lakalo ko. Tas ba asin tapna o kakbiginaratpin. Yalonef sentiment. Kuya din. Defense mani goktaman na manik atoktaw vealok poktok iluatun. Tas ba tapkat adwa misavaktit. Tapkat ubani ikayuta ubamani Northwest Territories misavakti. Tapkat ikayutik sabut malik kama vigibut. Kuya na ini. Ukakte uva sibulak uva Minister mon Tourism Investment apek kotiginariga. Tapkat committed internal trade tigon. Kanok patam na sibunnyok tigilak payuk tap kununa internal leadership. Kaya na ini tapkat teman na mani Canada me sabakatigik doane taman na malik kayak pot Canada me nuna me ilisakatigik suda. Tapkat sidamat. Tapkat ni Canada Free Trade. Tapkunani. Sibul leo tigiblogo sutigul laka ato aksaitigot nalunaya kakailugo. Tapkol tap kanoktun aula niyak mangan mani tapkol Inuit tuglanip tap tangal kinakon. Kene tapkol na okakabit. Taba de kababa siwonyok tao yano siwulyo tigiyan siwonyok kanokta man.
And territories.
At napako government kanogli ikayok nir but himik koglut masi Minister of ITI Kuya Naini. At napak NWT mika apek akbirat chairperson Minister putka ulupak chanta mi ikayok nir akluta. Canada migoka ikayok niraglita uglapaka okauti nengkia atnapak ikayok rakamik uglapako katitogut mani premiers mi mani makpane titekligo uglapako ka makpane naipektok logit kanokli government put ikayok nirakrat mani inyunakring mi. Final settlement satu mi okakter Kuya Naini. At napaka kawahok parak tunga advance may ikayok nirakluta. Pingahonik okaktonga. Uglapako kawahok parak tunga ikanokli isumabiyong himbek doglutiri. Member from ITI. Thank you, Kuya Naini. Uglapaka katiktogut mani inyunyagming mi uwan mi habang mi. At napako ka kanogli okautig biyong kanok perniak biyong kanogli ikayok nek biyong jurisdictions gok mani kanogli at napaka habagurot mani makparatik detector uglupak Inuit habagurak rurot mani manatag mi manatopami ikayaktot uglupak kawahuk parak tunga Northwest Territories mi horautubut mani industry mi uglupak administrator mi uglupak akihok parak nektut mani Northwest Territories mi kawahuk parak tunga labor ability me cooperation me in you nakaming me. Thank you. Koyanigok at napaka koyanini okaktuanga. Koyanini Minister okauti nirak lang harm recognition okauti nga ikayak nirak luta at napak ikayak luta. Minister of Health Social Services koyanini Community Council Program mental ikayong nirakati mani inyu nakang mi at napaka kandaligok naipektok narik podgok community councilors ok ikayak takluta counseling lu o kaktok lu at napaka katit miraktak inyu nakang mi ikayak luit kaya na ini Minister o kaktok good work at napaka ikayok ulit taimaktin nirak imektot uglupak mental health uglupakok trantamigok ikayok right okautik minister okautik pinwok hanokli ikayok naik pika koyunaini at napaka nalurunga at napaka naipektok narik puta ikayo health and social services ok ikayo narik puta at napak Department Health ERA katit doctor mani inyu nakimi ikayak luit ahina naipektok narat makparat kanok ligok mental health services mi uglupak hawakti nirak put final supper me koyanaini minister kawahuk parak tunga makpahamik kaitik pek piha at napagok naipektok narat makparat mental health uglupagok character cultural Minister Mika Apekaro Kipinok Kanukli Justice Committee Kanuk Ikayok Nirak Luta Health and Social Services Mi Ikayok Niras pilot program Kayunaini Minister of Health Habag Nirak Dot Okak Dogut Cultural Okak Dogut Mani Katit Dogut Ubani Okak Dogut Kanutun Ria Ikayok nirak luta go kabag nirak luta government but at napaka ikayok rakaktugut money wellness program recovery funds uglaping atok narat rock per trauma region mi uglapak aimagami gutchen cam money ikayok nirak outlagaving mi uglapakok Government of Northwest Territories Habak Dawud Mani Justice Committee at napaka ikayok nirak but kanukli katit dot mani habak dot mani uglupakok ikayok nirak dawud mani yunakang mi koyunaini oral questions member from Mopi koyunaini Aurora
Tapgot Aurora College of McDermott CLC programs tamna sut tapkuat kanok ismalok pa tamna ang matkikpan ang makuminak pa kaya na ini tamna 8.2 million tamna ato aksak tap yununa ato aksangat sabak tidiw ti kumiti tapkuat isagutik pa tamna aglan tas ba tamna tu sabi wagkak pa tap kununa tamna 7 million atong negat apaksuti bagat kitudluak tamna sanayak pisyong tap kununa CLC building atok taon yang mangan Ministry of Education Culture tamna ilotun apaksuyok tamna tas batian tabel team tamat kot angaran mati tap ko alu sabak tingit sulikasan na yamanik tat malak kayak site tas ba asin tam yumun aglan tam tok policy kamiman alla tigon alla kon aulat chuminaman angalat chuminaman tap ko asan na yak tamingnon tas ba tap kot ila tap ko sibun ne ote tigot tak ilisauti kaumama taman naptak angalat chulugo tamna momfimin koya na ini okakte tamna nuna laptingin miki yun kapsit ilisaong nakpata kitullo sabak taw na mangata sabak taw na pata Ministry of Education koya na ini tamna ukawsakalay tiki tamna aglan ilisimanginap kusuli aglan tap kununa sibur neotik payuk luguna tamana tamna ukawsakalakaklugo tamana napsuyak kaklu ukawsak payung tap kot ilisabik tamna awla na mangan tap kot tap kunani ilisawak to tap kununa kayo miktitigo nagaluti tap kot aglan tap kot sanayo niamatik ilisawak patay machinik computers nik lusu nik atok saynik tamna ungitok mat kola tu savik sayin na nalunayak luit ilak sayit ukawak sa niamatik kaya na ini Member Frame Lakeman kaya na ini ukakti tamna ilisabi yak pa tamna katimayal langit tap ko na nga sa tap ko at isumalo tigimat tap ko at manin nutakalgit is mani ilisayak si mamata tamna kanok dun tap ko at ilaid malakabati tap ko kanok dun inu sabak tiksainik pinakpat kaya na ini tap ko nga ilisaktuan internship sa ilisaktuan tamna inuinait nunangan nun inutay nun torak to si mayo kayo kublog itamat kot tap kot asin tap kot sibulyo ni amata tap ko nga tas ba asin Northwest Territories me aglakaklo ni tap ko na ni at kainak pa tap kot ikayo kang ni amati Inuit mani ani mayot inu mayot nunapting ni antapachimi tas ba tap kot Tap sumi ilisakong na mangan aglan tam natulayok tap ko na nga. Tap ko na nga. Ilagay no tap kwat. Tas pa tap kwat. Dahil man sukiksaw sa frame lake man. Kaya na yun eh.
Speaker, during
Mrs. Peter Oklapa at napaka naipektung na habag ni Rakdot at napaka disability work at habag tuat apekro gigmat kanakli ikayaw nakit ka at napaka habag di what government but habag di hurat mani government me kaya na ini action policy yok katit dot ko ka at napaghabag delight shot luni uglupakok policy work akimat but naipekter niraklik but uglupakok government but policies money naipekter but government human resources uglupakok policy yok kanagli habag nektot government mi uglupak framework mi money government okauti kanagli habag nek bihi kayus ikayak lulu inyu nek mi habag mi yok uglupak okauti kitka government ikayak nirak lulu dat napak human resources uglupakok Okaktonga summer student program habag dot mani panarami at napaka ikayong nirak nerik but at napakok uglupakok habag dot mani government mi makpadang titiklu uglupakok okaut Inyu dagwe tukuvang me kaitchalut uglupak apekharuglu cultural me mani government but habakti. Kaya na ini di ataheko ka hag inyu nagmi aglaktok government work ikayag niragat NWT me kanagli habakting me hawk Hawk atong nangit piyok workforce mi ikayag near the policy mi naipektor lugo. Minister of Finance kaya na ini kawahagtunga at napaka naipektor na ikpot makpapatitig na ikpot kanak ikayag near akluta mani Atau can habak TikTok government of Northwest Territories me 50% un. Uglupak habag nirak but habak 50 migok. Uglupak otakana dot lunu otakana drak habak dot me Northwest Territories me. Atau sako habag me 63% un non-indigenous government. Uglupakok Northwest Territories me habak dot label me me indigenous government. In school going milk secondary katit dot mani atak dog luit. Ikayog nirak luit wok kanagli habak to be angin government but habak to what management government money. Uglupak makpahan titiktogut at napakok government put okayog nirak luta trainek tohlut. Uglupak makpahan titiklut kanakliok ikayog nirak tiklut habak tiwut mani government iglumi. Ahin ikayog nirak lut government talk habak me. And you big bootleg. Member statement. Inuvik military me akihak doctor 140,000 200 and havak doctor Inuvik me kayak dot money Uglupaka government put havakdot. Mani government premier okakdok. Yellow Center okakdok. Committee as whole. Premier ikayog nearest. Ewing be ikayog dot havakdok ikayog near agluit. Handagli ikayog near I put mani ewing be. Koyinaini. Atnapak huichakok no committee atnapak nalurok working group atnapak okakning chungagok atnapakok mani ikayog nirabaliamik uglupak makparatang titiktogat uglupak naipekto nirapat investment arctic security me uglupak joint National Defense Migok okaktogut himmektogut mani National Defense me ikayog nirapit members committee ewing me uglapakok okaktong atnapakan naipekto narikpat kanuli ewing me ikayog niraktiwut havaktiwut makpahatan titiklu atnapaka nipik put to high narik put Ubik put like me Kayanani. Thank you Premier Oglapaka Premier ka ikayog nirapta email me o kokog nirak put inunak military me atnapaka naipekto kia Premier people Inuing me okaktogut inuing me Mani Premier yok ataw hekenyuk tut outlakted lu inuing win May miluni task akwarm havakti mani government put out to gaklut katit talklut nu kan do nu dawat mu katin nektot Mayor lu ikalut mik tik nakat katin nektot lu Kayanani Arctic Security Group Malo niro katit chakut atahimi yellowknife me atahimi Yukon me Aknabaka overgot havagalaitigut joint task work Yukon gok hostek nerado atnabakok tut outlaktin kikput final summary music like koyanaini makpanik ikayog niralita atnabakok converse me Yukon me ok titak nectar katin nectagut canor me ok be tabrani nectok havaktik put ikayog nirakluit Thank you, Mr. Beer. Ovanga tabrani nangitchunga. Kenya atnapaka akautinary government but akautinary but. Orks.
Apexuded Ava Minister Environment Climate Change mun apexun Dapgot aproditigon adoxat Dapgunona imanna savaktinon nunapta ilisarniartinginunlo nunatoqallo inmikut anguniartinginen inernerinen ilisamayainen tapkununa 7 mon tamanna savaqati yuminaqpasuli Kuyanani climate change savaktingat Kuyanani tasva tapgot savaqatigi yuminaqtut uqaqatigi paktuat sannayaq simablutik tapkunanga inillani ilisaututik samikkun tamanna aulat qublugo Tasva tapkuat infrastructure mittawak ikayutik sangit tapkuanunat langita ikayutik sangit tapkunangap tawak ilisimayunin nunam allanguta malang khamatcher soangatik saitigun ilisautik saitigun tutkhik sautik saitigun malakkayait tamna makuat kamamapta in miktak pitkusimikkut ikayutik samikkun malakkayak sangat tapkuat kavamat ikayo katigik pagpatap kununa ilisamayo nek maninunaptingnen kuya na ini kakti ECC tapkuat Department of Infrastructure ikayo katigik dot nunalanin ikayok ti kakpak dot tap kununa sivuldang mikapek kotigiyang ni tap ko ilisimakati pagtot tap ko sa baktingit lusut ang alatsingit o kakatigib luget Yellowknife North tap ko utsakot aglan government in mi gut sivun yok daw like that government me ame sivun dalba ilismaika aglan scientists tap god aula layot tap god scientists asabakatigil labagit inuit ilisakok dot ay patigot tap god scientists sabagyak dot kuya na ini okakte GNWT tap god sulaka GNWT angalatay tamat god sabak didik aglan clean chumitam ni utsakotigiya tamna tap god 2000 ilisaw trutigi blue tamani nunamig angalataming ni suchu diksaytigon ilisaw diksaytigon tap kununa tasba kaba mabud ilaut kubluget tasba tap god ilisaw mabaktot ilisamayot tap kununga ilak samikon tap kunanga sabak tilangan nunamik mani itkilene tasba tap god tasba taimanganin malakayak tignunamik utsakotigib lugo aglan tap god apeksotigib agayit sutigulekha NWT mi asin sabak sa nuyakangata tap god malikutak sangit malikabluget nunalangita sibunniok tingin nun ilisaw tutigib lugillo malikkaneak pagtot taimanna silapit tutigib lugo ilisaktuanon tasba tunade wala daymen o kakte kuya na ini tabi mga apekson Ingham Trail Dada Highway 4 tap god uyaksiak tutsiviti megmani nunapting iman tap kununa asin apkuseoklutiglo apkutakaklutig sikumik Highway number 4 muntak tam na atayot na kuliw chow yu amitasba tam na sanek dok aglan sujigo tap god ilisaksi mabatap ko na ni kulialakit infrastructure minister aglan tap god tak ilichoy na kare na aglan inimiyong ito takumangit tap ko na ni tunide wala de Tap God point mind me. Tap God aulakip sao ka tamna uyaksiokti. Tamna tap God tap kunani apkotik sainik angalajutik sainik tap kunani jusama bakpisi. Kuyanani tap God highways sujikulda ka apkotit munavakabot. Tasva civil mek atok taunagit salva tap God civil nyoka tigil hakluti savak tibot iluak mga taman nap kotik sangat Inuit. Tasva tap God uyak siuktet tasva asin angalat judik say tigot sanayak simabaktot agla tap God apek kotik aglan nalop kisuk tunga sule. Trinity Holiday. Ukakte, Ingham Trail, down the Highway 4, Highway 5, Fort Smith, Fort Resolution, Highway 6. Tap God, 20th me, Central Gamma Angela Judani, Tap God, Gavamat, Sunakalok, but Ikayu Taulutik Tap Kununa, Malaroyukun, Savak Tekoang Mata. Kuyanani Okakte. That's what you saw you. Tap Kununa. Fort Resolution, Fort Smithman. Tap God. Savaudik Saramikon. Aglan Malroyugok Sanayak Tigim Matigik. Tap Kununa. Maliak Samikon. Kitudilangit Munaksi Yuksat Ilismangit Kyot Highway 6. Tamna ila sapang naktutigon aputawang man highway night ila ni payakko la bigwang mayong Inuit. Tamna kollet ang Inuvialuktun. Tasva nalunait ko ti kakumiglonit tasva tamna tap kununa aksalo sa kayoanik ilisaktuksat angalat chiyot apak sojit range lake me kuyanani the Health and Social Services iman na ukhalava tap kununa sanayak tamik tap kununa healthcare digon angalat chiyot anak tulakinit Health and Social Services kuyanani tap God to you tigi manikat ka aglaktat ka
on primary care reform. And so I'm hoping to be able to have a lot of that discussion in the member's question to be answered in that briefing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Health and Social Services. Member from Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we see that some of the aspects of the plan that's already ongoing is being reported in the media. There was a story on it just the other day, or just today, I think, maybe yesterday, but it's active out there. I think it's important that the public be aware of this. Can the minister commit to make that plan public? Thank you.
Member from Range Lake, Minister of Health and Social Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the primary care reform is a long-term commitment and it'll take time and engagement, and it is something that is ongoing as it's been. Right now, we've implemented it into Yellowknife, Fort Smith, and Fort Good Hope. And so as we start to expand, we will continue to have these discussions with public throughout the primary care reform. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Health and Social Services. Member from Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, is it a plan, though, that's being executed, or is it piecemeal decisions called primary care reform? We're hearing a bunch of different facts. We're seeing a bunch of different actions being taken. We still don't have online booking. Other places do. So is this, again, a comprehensive, costed plan with clear milestones that this Assembly can judge, the public can judge, and we can actually see some improvement, and not just for us, but for the people who work within the system as well? Thank you.
From Range Lake, Minister of Health and Social Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Primary care, as I mentioned in this House many times, takes a holistic approach to healthcare system transformation. And it is not a one-size-fits-all, and so there is not a costed plan as to this is what it's going to be in the Northwest Territories A, B, C. It is what are we working with in our communities? We are doing the assessments as we're rolling out into the different regions. So Yellowknife's primary care reform, yes, it does have these issues that have been raised in this House. We're finding that, you know, in Fort Smith, we've heard a few things. We're trying to improve those before we expand it out further into other regions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Health and Social Services. Oral questions. Member from Yellowknife Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask the Minister of Environment some questions regarding caribou. Mr. Speaker, I was on the highway a couple weeks ago and I saw a small herd of 8 caribou near the Wattie Road, and I only thought to myself, geez, I sure hope they know where they are, because I'll tell you, they look delicious. Anyway, that said, the numbers have always been at risk, and hence my question specifically to the Minister is what is the most current count of herds, and do we have any that are on the increase? Thank you.
Thank you. Member from Yellowknife Centre. Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to hear that the member saw a nice small herd of caribou over there. It's nice anytime you can experience that. Those specific numbers I don't have with me today, but I'm happy to provide to the member. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Environment and Climate Change. Member from Yellowknife Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, is the Minister aware of any herd on the increase? In other words, has it been rebounding from some of the record lows? At one time in the Yellowknife area, we had the Bathurst at close to 500,000, and in just a few years ago, it was just under 7,000, Mr. Speaker. I'm curious, is the Minister aware of any that are on the increase? Thank you.
Member from Yellowknife Centre. Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the one I am that comes top of mind is the blue-nosed east herd, which has increased in numbers. Approximately 14,000 or so, give or take, increase from 2021 to 2023 is the one that comes to mind right now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Environment and Climate Change. Final supplementary. Member from Yellowknife Centre.
Mr. Speaker, I would certainly describe moose as the northern delicacy, but that said, dry meat from caribou is always welcome and delicious, Mr. Speaker. What types of working groups are out there that the Minister is working with trying to encourage sustainable harvesting so we can see the herds increase in numbers so they will be there for further generations? Thank you.
Member from Yellowknife Centre. Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there's a tremendous effort between the Department of Environment and Climate Change, working with all of the Indigenous governments across the Northwest Territories. Climate has certainly played an impact on the caribou as well. And, the caribou are a very traditional part of the culture all across the NWT. So we are working with all of the Indigenous governments. We're working with the yeah, thanks, Drew Blank. My apologies. Working with the no, working with the monitors, with the monitoring programs across the NWT. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to go up the actual the winter road yesterday. We went up to McKay Lake, and unfortunately, we didn't see any caribou, but we had 5 officers up there. There are a number of monitors. The Yellowknife's Dene are up there, the North Slave Métis are up there, as well as the Tlicho. So there's a lot of work going on amongst those groups, as well as our engagement with the traditional knowledge holders, and working with communities all through the North Slave region as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Environment, Climate Change. Oral questions. Member from Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, since the Northwest Territories nominee program has opened its doors to new applicants as well, my office has been flooded with frustrated and worried people about their fate in the program. I am hearing through various sources that there may be options to restore our numbers back to 300. Can the minister clarify some of the information that's been going around this space and let us know where her negotiations with the federal government are at? Thank you.
Member from Range Lake, Minister of Environment, no, Education, Culture, and Employment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, through my conversations with the federal government, the federal minister did offer to the Northwest Territories an opportunity to potentially increase our allotment for the Northwest Territories nominee program. And the conversation there revolves around the Northwest Territories welcoming asylum seekers to the territory. Thank you.
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment. Member from Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, Mr. Speaker, that is interesting news. Mr. Speaker, I believe the Northwest Territories has already welcomed around 80 asylum seekers and refugees to the Northwest Territories. Seems like something we can do. Is the minister going to be taking the federal minister up on his offer and get our quota back? Thank you.
Member from Range Lake. Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I have asked for further details from the federal minister to better understand exactly who he would be speaking about, and then also the potential demands on our system, for example, our healthcare system, and then in addition have wanted to better understand what support services the federal government would be open to offering the Northwest Territories. Thank you.
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment. So final supplementary. Member from Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, the clock is ticking on the federal government. I don't think we have much long left with them. And certainly many people who are asylum seekers are able to work in the Northwest Territories as well. This seems like it could be two birds with one stone, and certainly the North is welcoming to people. This would help solve a lot of problems. We have precious little time to get it done. When will the minister have an answer for the House on this issue? Thank you.
Member from Range Lake. Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So I have asked for those further clarifying details from the federal government myself, and then have also had a sit-down meeting with MP McLeod to also indicate the additional information that I'm looking for, and he agreed to take that back to to the federal minister as well. So we're both working together to try and flush out this information. Thank you.
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment. Oral questions. Member from Yonge Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to pick up where some of the questions were left off with respect to the Minister of Finance and the Indigenous Employment Program. And one of the things she'd mentioned how Indigenous Canadian summer students would be able to qualify. So I'm curious, would they qualify above local P2s? Thank you.
Thank you. Member from Yonge Centre. Minister of Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, under the summer student program, you do need to be ordinarily resident, so that right now, persons who, as a P2, would be born in the Northwest Territories, if they are not an ordinarily resident, then they would not. If they are a P2 because they have lived more than half their life and might be perhaps a student from in that respect, and if they are now still ordinarily resident, then they would qualify, Mr. Speaker. If under the Indigenous Employment Policy, you would have, of course, again, it's related to persons who are Indigenous to the Northwest Territories or Indigenous Canadians, but again, would also still have to be ordinarily resident in the Northwest Territories. So again, it depends, I guess, what kind of P2 you might have under the current policy, but in any case, the individuals applying to the student program do all have to be ordinarily resident. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minister of Finance, not Infrastructure, same person, but I apologize. Back to oral questions. Member from Yonge Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the similar note, Mr. Speaker, in the committee just recently, the minister had said known the policy of the affirmative action policy, to be clear, was known to be unconstitutional. No, I'm not asking her opinion. I'm asking for her facts. So what facts does she have in a legal opinion that state this, and would she be willing to share this secret knowledge to members? Thank you.
The only senator, Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I know that there have been discussions in public and with myself and perhaps with other members and perhaps with other members or representatives from the Department of Finance with respect to concerns around Section 6 of the Charter, which relates to the mobility rights of Canadians to be able to move between jurisdictions. It's obviously a hot topic right now as we are facing challenges with tariffs and a response to tariffs that includes removing mobility or encouraging mobility across jurisdictions. With respect to legal opinions, Mr. Speaker, it should, I think, be fairly well known by most people that legal opinions are not the kind of document that get readily shared by anyone who is in possession of one, and I won't be doing that today. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister of Finance. Final supplementary, member from the only senator.
Mr. Speaker, only for a sentence at most, really. Bill 21 in Quebec is used to protect them from their philosophical position, which is protecting.
No. It's on now.
Oh, kayo na ni ulupak o kaktuagut bal P2 go ka bakparaten ulupak o kautiluit. Disip at na arkitektot madi at na arvingmi at o kaktuat madi P2 kanurliok ikayo niragluit madi ikayo luit. Minister of Finance, kayo na ni. At na pag legal opinions 45 okunan ugla pagka mani government house mi o kaktuak ko ba hoktunga abek akit pinaktunga policy ok o kagne ngituya kapak mi ugla pagka pakparaton titiklu at na makanokli nalurunga humugnak pa pakparaton titiklu ugla pako ka constitution policy. Mr. Speaker, kanokli kangakilay chunga at nabak ka kiungit kikpin ability go ka nakuraming o kautikpin government put policy mi ka tikitikligo kanokli charter rights mi ugla paka nunarik panat nabak. Minister of Finance. Kayo na ni. Kakbawit Health and Social Services. Kanakliok policy ok mani inyunak tu ublumi si taimak ni rakto tangamek kanakli ikayok nakpe mani dukubimik nakuramik dukubimik hai chiligo day shelter go ka mani atahimik habak takaktugut. Minister at napako ka kanakli okaktot mani Women's Shelter, Salvation Army Unit, Day Shelter me. Kanak naipakta biyong. Kayo na ni? SMS Social Services, Tautikdaria, Day Shelter Gok, Day Madnik Policy Kaktugut, Nalurunga Gok Policies Sabrani Habagang me, Apakro Nerik Bia, Habagang me. Minister from Yellowknife North. Minister of Kautilunga, the Sobra Imminga Parak Dot, Taberni Tukubemi, Salvation Army, or Women's Shelter Migok Tukubekak Dot. Nalurunga at Napaka at na baka imingak park dot at na tuku bimigat bak at na bak nalarunga habag bring me yellow knife tanga bring me imingarat kaya nani apekirok na kaya government bit atumen centragok policies me ikayong nangit gato imingak parak dot ublumi at na baka kaichi nangit gat at na baka aula tuku bichat oglupak humog nek dot imingak parat humog nek dot at na bak. Thank you. The health and ikayong nirak dot money having me, they shelter me. Uglupak ko unami ko at nabako tuku bakak doctor NGOs money. At nabaka nalarunga tuku bing me. At nabaka tanga bing me tuku bing me. Member from Orange Lake, Koyanaini. Positioning staffing Northwest Terrace, Dalimatun, Kulitin, 64th Habak dot Mani, Unin, noon acted walk, conducted Ishima Biung Mani government, but Ikayong acted Habak acted Mani government, Mani Habak dot. Koyanaini. NTHC, NGO Habak Doctorate, Habak Nirat Ilabut, Medical Association, Makbahabak Didikdonga, Medical Association Habak Baraktat Atnabak, Habak Niraktat Ikayong Niraktat Uglubak, Government of Northwest Territories, Atnabakoka Bakbatun Titakia. Aulubak akauti nerit kya government habang nirak dort okayang nirak nerik put atambak habak dorik put naipek tuglugo kanugligok FDA okak dogut tatami makparanuk titik dogut atnabakok in versus government ikayong nirak luit. Nurses lu, doctors lu, nurses lu habak dogut atnabak habak right lu ni mani government but atnabak naibek takak dot kandatun wok habak takak bak barak dot mani school bring me. College stock uglubak school act dot graduate money government but retired ni government but ikayang nirak lu uglubak makpa but tik na but kanakli isamang mi Canada mi mak akat bibing mi ahin Canada nga ikayang niragat at nagwing mi at napak Canada mi ikayang luit. Member from Range Lake, Koyanaini. At nabakawahok tunga apekirok bin kano ikayong nak ituta department kanogli himmer nak biung university miluni admi kanogli ikayong nak but kanok titik nak ikayong nirok luta ikayong nak angiromik kakun daipek kakun kokauti nak but ikayong mi at nagwing mi kanok isama biyong kanong ikayong nak biyong Kayo naini. At ahimik hatnapak has sustainability. Kanakli manikramik naipekto narikput. Hatnapak nalarugut pahimik narikput. Kanakli ikayong narikput. Uglupak okak niragput healthcare workers mani havaktibut. Mani inyo nakwing mi. At napaka makpahaton titiktoy put new niraktok 365 ton uglupak at nakwing mi. At napak havak doctor good. Multiple care inyo na mikiromic inyo nakwing prime care. At napak at nakwing put. Ikayok nirakpuk at nakwing mi. At okautibut ikayong nirak patients kanakli hok isumabiyong ikayok isumabiyong primary care havak doctor gut at napak with PA uglapak havak doctor gut kayunaini 23 24 tamak togut tibut mani primary care migok mani north ikayog nirak lugut at napaka ikayog lirat pakparamik titak pak lutra kanak hisamabiyong kakun
From Range Lake, Minister of Health and Social.
Minister Health. Yanani. Dam na ukaw sa kaya tap kwat. Tap kuno na standing committed ngon. Standing committed good okakatigin niya kabot mali excited gon. I got some. Yellowknife Center. Ay pangan ni June me. 253-1 ok apak kutiya sibunap ting ni tasbani Rock Hill. Tap kwat maligali akang mata. Tasba tap kwat malik pagait. Tap kuno na maligali oktamik konsulita man na atok pa yung sutigo tap na atok pa iglok pak. Housing and Ability in February. Tap ko emulate o kakatiyat ka aglakluwit. Yellowknife Center. Ila tasvan tap ko na ni sibuniyoktit. Tam na aglaktani sutigon. In maglaktani tam na apak sutigiyak. Tap kwat Rock Hill. Ukaw sa akin mauktabi mo na sun. Ilis mag-aaglaktani. Tapa sa bakatiya tap kwat Rock Hill. Ang ratsingat. Daglat enda betimi sibun mun aulat kuyakpot iluatun. Downtown Yellowknife mitasva tap kwat sabakatigi abot iluatun aulat kubluget. Sabakatigi tuksagap timani Yellowknife me. Inuvialuktun nutakait igluk sameng nikitula kakanak si mamata. Yellowknife Center me. Tam na ilitsori sugpealukega. Tabi yunum na. Ukaw sa mga tuk tap kwat aglaktat. Ukaw sa blugo tam na. Mani ukaw sa labiok tam na. Tam na akiulait kia. Tasbatam na apekodiksat. Apekodiksat at aglaktat. aglaktanun patsidawiyat aglaktat Fremlik kuyanani tamna aglakta tap kununa maniliotik sagon anda pachemi tap kuna tugliani tap kuat kitule savanang ni amangata tap kununa asin maligaliok tiksat tap kununa angalachiot tamna aglakta draft aglakta ka tap kununa sabakatiyego manaktuatigon tap kuat kaitiot aglakta mingnik o kakayaw-yawanik Yellowknife South Kuyanani kakti Thursday me 13 me tamna malikaliotiyaka aulaktit paka tap kununa sivuniotik saat tamna policy inuinna ilkililu maligaliak saat action policy tamna aulakit kublugo savaktik salanginnun tap kuat manilaki tamna maligaliok taksatigun tamna committed good aglilagu mitigit kuyanangniaktok tap kununa tamna mani government savaktoyoani sivun mun auratik saanik suangatik hangniapta tap kunanga no mani nuraptingne Inuvialuktun lunin arnanik lunit sapeksaktuanik mani nunaptingni tamat kuat ikayutauniarma tap kununga nuna mayuanni nunaptingni Yellowknife North kuyanani tamna March 13 me aulat pia angalit aulap kakpaga tamna Northwest Territories tamna healthcare malikayait ukausayait tap kununa munaksiut kablugo munaksitigullo health tap kununa tap kuat malakat kablugo tap kuat sutigullikha munaksit sabak saitigon tap kununga ikayoktigiyainullo tap kualo kanoktun maligaliangin atuak sait savak tap kununa kapsiu mangata savak tingit angektaw mangata tap kununga asi tap kuat sujudait healthcare good namango frontline workers savak tilangin nunaptingni kitiu tilangit maunga asi tap kuat ilipsi tamat kuyuna unions tiwot kuliakabluget tap kununga tap kuat mani nunaptingni sivulliok tiptiga maligak saitigo savautik saitigon tap kuala tamaita policy ilchoichuktuani Yellowknife North Yellowknife Central kuyanani wakakti Thursday 13 me 2025 me una ingutaktit baga Cam Lake Minister Sheldon Toner Mani Jason Gupta Hamilton tap kununa Commissioner ilaut kublugit Inuit malikayak saitigon savak kati kublugit savak langin ni mani nunapta human rights tigon Yellowknife Center, Yellowknife North Main, Damna, Aulop Kakpaga, Yellowknife North, Damna, Thursday, May, Omikpan, Tasva Asin, May 22nd, Aulat Kupsaklugo Tap Yumuna, 2025. Tasva Damna Okakti, just Kingdom Mount, Damaja Legislative, Tap God, Tasva Tap Kunani, Adjournak Pak, Tap God, Malakap Sang Nectar, Katimap Saludik, Tasva Tap God, Tap God. Tasva Kakti Paga, Yellowknife North.
Notice of motions. Motion.
Motions Yellowknife North. At oglo paka apeker pinga motion mit due duration mit kange haklugo. Seeking nomination okaktoig oglo pak human righteous. Yellowknife Center Rock. Section 48 Human Rights Walk Oglopaka Justification Pingahonikok Inu Nyakdot at Napakok Pingahonik Havak Doctor Section 48 Members Oka Mani Havak Doka Adak Pingahonik Okiuni Havak Dot Aglapak Malog Nikok Havak Takat March Certificate Havak Direct 2025 Uglapak Government Put Kangi Harik Put Uglapak Commissioner Ahin Newt Gigaya Ahin Cam Lake Newt Nagat Jason Gupta Hamilton Ikayur Commissioner of Northwest Territories Me Human Rights Panel Mick April 1 Bigok Nad Havak Nekta Pingahoni Okiuni Motion Oppose Abstentions Motion carried. Motion reading a reading bill. First thing reading a bill. Minister of Justice. Oglapak Bill 22 Okaktunga legislation Okaudinerat 8.2 First reading ok second reading ok apikroik bin.
Have a break.
First reading of bills. In whole, I'm at 20, 2 a day, well a day. No break. Oh, they shut it off?
They're gonna have a break.
Oh.
Just stick to it until they can take it and then.
Oh, okay. I mean, called it Inuvialuktun. I move to progress. Does committee agree? E. Motion to order. Motion carried. Good now?
Thank you. Member from Trinidad-Willete.
Mr. Speaker, you
Tidigan 2720 Nuneria at Holiday.
Judy.
Oh, yes, child.
We're done.
We're done?
Listen.
We're done?
Just listen. $1:30 tomorrow.
This is all?
Yeah. Shut it off.
How?
Green.